Gratitude journals are overrated. Yeah, you heard me. You write about the blue sky that you're grateful for or your comfy slippers that are on your feet. But sometimes being grateful for all of the external things is just an avoidance tool that allows you to stop being grateful for the things that you really need to be grateful for, the internal things. Grateful for your emotional control, grateful for your ability to release, grateful for your ability to love, grateful for the things that you've done to take care of yourself. Gratitude is like one of those amazing magical tools that you can use and you can wield to heal yourself, your heart, your mind, your emotions, and your body. But it only works if you use it correctly. In this episode, I'm talking with Lindsay Carlson, and we are diving into how she and you can use gratitude as a tool. Lindsay Carlson is from Mighty Inc. Marketing, and she is an experienced marketer and story brand certified guide who loves helping people reimagine their websites so they can sign more amazing customers. But above all, she is a strong, powerful creator that can help you in this session learn through her experience how to use gratitude to transform your mindset, your energy, and your life. All right, let's dive in and let's go.
Welcome to the Flourishing Entrepreneur Podcast with Alea Harris. This is the place where you and your fellow empire-building entrepreneurs come to vanquish the burnout monster and boost your glow and cash flow with energy alignment techniques and tried and true marketing strategies. Since 7 figures won't get itself, hit that subscribe button and never miss out on your chance to skyrocket profits, tap into your intuition, and manifest your dreams. And now, your host, Powerhouse Story Brand Certified Guide, award-winning marketer, bioenergetic business coach, and Japanese whiskey lover, Alea Harris.
Self-care. I'm sorry. Let me say it without laughing. Self-care. It's a serious thing. It's serious business here, people. Those manis and those petties don't just happen by themselves. And oh, don't forget the face masks. That'll cover up my childhood trauma. Yes, it will. Often, that's unfortunately what a lot of us do when we're trying to nail self-care. We think that by pampering the outsides of our bodies that somehow we will experience an inner transformation, when really that weight on your shoulders may be helped temporarily by a massage, but would be helped even more by getting to the root cause of your issues, excavating those emotional traumas, replenishing it with beauty and light and love, and then letting it go. Then, yes, you can continue to get your massages, but you'll feel a whole lot better in between them. So we often do not think about what this really means. And we allow ourselves to move past and move in front of ourselves without actually moving forward with all of ourselves. We decide that I'm going to just keep going and keep hitting it hard and get my massage and do my mani-pedi and avoid the inner deeper work that really needs to happen. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Today, I encourage you to do the inner work, the inner self-care that matches all those mani-pedis. You can do that by repeating the mantra that's very, very, very simple. I am grateful for myself. I am grateful for myself. Say it with me. I am grateful for myself. I am grateful for myself. How does this relate? How does gratitude relate to being able to actually dig deep? Well, gratitude is one of the strongest forces of love that you can apply to yourself. And often we are grateful for the things around us, the things happening to us, the things that we created or allowed in our lives, but we are not grateful for the ourselves, the actual creator of the things that are happening in our lives. So take a moment to be grateful for yourself. Alea, I am grateful for you. If your name is Sally, Sally, I am grateful for you. Say that out loud and then be very specific about the things that you are grateful for. The things that you've done, the things you are accomplished. It's amazing how you'll begin to see the trust for yourself increase, your ability to just step out onto a bigger platform on a bigger stage, to take control of your business, to find your voice. All of those things can increase when gratitude increases. Okay, now that you know that it's time to be grateful for yourself, and you're going to turn that self care inwardly, let's talk to Lindsay Carlson, who not only, by the way, is an experienced marketer, but she's also getting ready to launch the Single and Mighty podcast for single parents leading mighty lives, which is, of course, related to her business, Mighty Inc. Marketing. Let's dive in now and talk to Lindsay all about the power of gratitude and how you and she can use it to show up stronger and more powerfully for yourself in your own life. Hey, Lindsay, thank you for joining us on the podcast. This was a rushed record button press because what happened for all of you listeners that were not just with us before I press record, I was going over her scan. She goes, "This is what I wrote down, and this is perfect." And I was like, wait a minute. The people need to hear what you wrote down and what we're talking about.
Yeah, Alea, I was just telling you, it's so uncanny. I trust you implicitly. I know you professionally, and I think you have amazing judgment in the tools that you bring into your work. So I wasn't terribly surprised, but it was kind of. It's like, yeah, wow. So I wrote down going into this, and this has been in my journaling for months, the feeling of losing my voice, of feeling like there's something inside of me, like a lion that can't come out because out squeaks this little mouse a lot of the time. And yet, yeah, you said having a hard time bringing your value out to the world, and you saw me do that. I know that I have this incredible strength, but I keep shying away from it. I keep stepping back into the shadows. I don't know what it is. It's almost a physical reaction. My brain can be there, but my body isn't cooperating.
Well, I am totally into Caroline Myss right now, and she has this quote that your biography becomes your biology. And Lindsay, let's not pretend here that you've had the easiest, most straightforward life ever, right? All of that has affected the way that you show up in the world today. So let's first of all, give yourself some grace. You're like, I don't understand why this is happening. Because of all the shit you've been through, Lindsay. So the thought is, okay, that's real. All of that stuff exists. Now it's like, how do you reclaim the voice? Right? When the reason why we got into that is because we started by looking at this screen is your energy strength screen, your energy driver screen. It's basically all of like the little battery packs around the energetic battery packs around your physical organ and body systems. And the things that are showing up for you are priority areas in ED9, which is muscle, ED14 spleen, and ED15 pancreas. Muscle is, yes, related to your muscles, but it's also related to stored stress and trauma.
Ding, ding.
Ding, 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 ding. Your
Yeah.
spleen is about cleansing things out and association with worry. And then your pancreas is also about clearing, cleansing, digesting, processing, and separating some of the good things in life that have happened from the bad things in life. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah. So even though I feel like I've been working on my baggage, it sounds like I'm dragging that baggage through life. Absolutely.
Like everybody else. Like everybody else. I mean, so it's one of the things, like, and I was telling you before we recorded, people think like, oh, I'm gonna have like a perfect scan. There's no such thing as a perfect scan. That's like there's no such thing as a perfect person. A perfect scan would mean you were dead. Like, like you are very much alive, very much vibrant, picking up all kinds of new energy and stuff all the time.
Right.
And some things are super traumatic, especially early on situations, especially past relationship experiences that you have had. They don't just go away because you journal for a little while or you see a therapist for a little while. That's not how this works, right? So, when we talk about stress and worry, there is past stuff, but what is particularly poignant for you right now in the area of stress and worry?
Right. So at this exact moment in time, I would say I'm part of that great resignation. People leaving their jobs, stepping out into their dreams, their careers that they've always wanted to have. And that sounds really good. I mean, it was a really positive decision that I left an other job that wasn't serving me anymore and I stepped out onto my own. Um, but it brings up all that money stuff, all those stories that I've heard as a kid where you need a, stable job, and it brings up having to rely on myself. And I've done that. I've gone through some really rough stuff in the past and I've relied on myself, but it does make me worry, especially as a parent. It makes me worry. I want to make sure I'm making the right decisions all the time. And I know that I put all of that on myself, and it sounds like it's really hamstringing me.
Yes, it's literally draining your energy. So if you imagined you had electromagnetic field reader, like we all do, you can order on Amazon. Like, I'm just kidding.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. But let's imagine that you just had one of those in your back pocket and you were in a room right now and you were measuring yourself, the electromagnetic field around yourself. It would be very close to your body and small, like kind of like a dim light. Why? Because you're taking the energy that would go out into the realm of potential and possibility and love, and you're directing it to a core set of emotions that are attached to the past. And nothing happens in the past. The past is done, but you're siphoning that energy. So literally the power level, like if you were a cell phone, your power meter is down because you're, in my case, watching too many TikTok videos and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right?
Right,
You're not
right.
directing your energy towards what's actually productive.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense. Mhm.
redirection for you, I think, will be a key element. Sometimes it's very easy to focus, well, for many of us, well, all the time, it's very easy to focus on what we do not have. Lindsay, talk to me about, like, I don't know, this whole like big thing that you just did of like setting out on your own and like starting your own business, and talk to me about what you do have now that you didn't have before.
Right, right. So I was definitely in burnout before, and I dreamed of having enough time to kick off early on a Friday afternoon or go for an hour long walk and actually have my own creative thoughts come back. Because when you're burnt out, it's really hard to be creative. So I'm starting to feel that all come back. It's only been a couple of months, and that's amazing. Also, I have room for my own project, a side project, a podcast I'm creating for single parents. And that's super exciting too. So, another great reason to find my voice, another great reason to do this right now with you. Yeah.
I love it. I'm going to add some things to your list. Can I? Do you
Go
mind?
for it.
Okay. You also now have the freedom to make decisions on your own terms. You have the ability to make connections and do the projects and work with the clients that you choose, that you want, that you love. You have the ability to say no without ramifications from anybody else's opinion. Right?
Right.
There's
Hmm.
if you think about the things that you have, you begin to turn the wattage up on that energy field that's around you. This is very much connected to your voice. So, right now, I have a little bit of a sexy phone operator thing happening with my voice because I've been speaking a lot on stages and my voice is just like, nah, girl, we're done. And because of that, it is drained. So what do I need to do? I need to literally go and rest. I need to go think about, am I saying words that I want to say, or am I just talking for the sake of talking? There's things that you need to go do to reset and repower and refocus. And for you, refocusing on what actually is filling you up will allow some of those batteries to get kind of shaken up and recharged. The way that this whole thing works, like if you're thinking about it, really this is based on a whole quantum physics thing, which I will not bore you with the details of, but basically in the realm of quantum physics, everything is just energy and then the information that organizes that energy. In your case, your energy is depleted because you have misinformation. The information that you're giving yourself is, I don't have enough money. I need to be worried about that. I am not strong enough. I need to be worried about that. And because I'm worried about this, I don't feel confident in talking. So I'm not going to truly let that lion out into the world. That's the misinformation that's affecting you physically, energetically, all of that big shebang. The other side of that is to just give yourself new information. It's like, oh yeah, easy peasy. I'm just gonna go do that right now.
Go
But
for
you
it.
go for it, just go for it. But that's how it works on a very simple level. So one of the things that you can do to give yourself new information is to talk about what you are grateful for now. Which coincidentally, I mean, it's crazy how this works, but it just so happens that on another screen of your scan, gratitude and trust are also showing up as priorities.
Yeah, wow, hey.
So,
Okay.
what are you actually grateful for? Are you grateful for yourself, for all that you've accomplished for yourself? When was the last time you said, Lindsay, girl, thank you?
That's interesting.
Thank you for taking care of myself.
Yeah, when you say it that way.
I mean, do you think about
I feel proud of it because I have gone through some crazy times and pulled out, but I don't feel that gratitude. And I also notice that trust word. If I point that at myself, I don't know if I fully feel that trust either. That's really interesting when I put the lens on myself.
So if you're not feeling grateful for yourself, no one else is going to know how to feel grateful for you either. You have to demonstrate how you want to be treated by treating yourself in that same way. The same way, if you respect yourself, other people are more likely to respect you. If you show respect for others, people will show respect for you, that type of thing, right? If you show gratitude for yourself for the accomplishments, you also will be able to point out to yourself that through it all, through the transitions, through the tough decisions, the trials, the tribulations, you've made it and you've succeeded and you've done incredibly well. You've raised beautiful children. You've built a business based on the matter between your ears, right? Your big old brain makes you money just because people want you to tell them back to them things that have been processed through your brain. That's fascinating when you think about it.
Right. It is. It
You have a
is.
track record of success, Lindsay.
Yeah, isn't it funny? I think it's sort of it not feeling legitimate or not feeling almost that like waiting for the other shoe to drop feeling. I guess that would lead to worry, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yes, it would. It would. What is the worst case scenario if the shoe drops? The other one.
The other one.
The other one. Well, because
Because that
apparently
first one
one
is
has
out there
already dropped.
somewhere.
We should probably find the first shoe before we worry about the second shoe dropping. But what is the absolute worst thing that could happen?
Like, if I really, really think about that, I think there's like this fear of having nothing. And I think that's a very similar fear. I don't know if we want to go down that road, but I was in a violent relationship for a really long time. And the fear that keeps a lot of people, women in particular, in that situation is that they're really scared of ending up with nothing. And I think that that fear, that woman is still in there. It just kind of like, okay, it's going to happen. I'm going to end up with nothing one day. Just waiting for it to happen.
I totally can understand that. And I totally have seen women in that same situation. And it's difficult to overcome emotionally, even though you've overcome it on the outside world, right? You have
Yeah.
you have a lot more than nothing. I mean, I'm not gonna like be all in your pockets, but you got a lot more than nothing, girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've
Yeah.
had a lot more than nothing. You've been able to build that for yourself, but the you inside of yourself is not believing it. And I totally get that.
Right.
As you're moving forward with feeling like you can let go of holding on to lack and the what it is, and I I have my own personal addictions. I'm addicted to busy. I
Mm.
am addicted to feeling like I have to do all the things to be perfect. And if I'm not doing the things, I'm not perfect and I'm bad and wrong and unworthy. Those are my addictions, emotional addictions. Those are the things that play over and over again. And if you fully remove them, well, then what does my brain think about then? What's left?
Who am I?
When, who am I when you remove my addiction? When you remove my crack pipe and I'm no longer a crack hoe, what do I do with my life?
Oh, you're so funny.
So oftentimes those feelings that we hate the most, that we wish would go away, are the ones that
Mhm.
we're addicted to and we cling on to because we don't know how to let them go. Lack is insidious. Lack is an easy addiction. It is like really good bread. Like like fresh
Full
out
of
of the oven. Like
carbs.
it's not like you just find the
Yeah.
bread in your mouth. You don't know what happened. You're reaching for another piece and you have celiac disease, but you just don't know how to manage. Like, that
So damn good.
it's just
Yeah.
so damn good because lack gives us excuses. It allows us to ameliorate pain when we fall short or when we're not moving forward or when our life doesn't stack up. Well, yes, I'm going to prove myself right. I'm going to prove, obviously, I'm going to lack this. So, yes, I'm the person that lacks things. So, obviously, this makes sense. What you should do instead to break the addiction, you have to recognize that it's there. Step one. It's kind of like a little
Mm.
AA 12-step program here. Recognize that it's there. Apologize to yourself for being addicted to it for so long
Mm.
and make the decision to no longer want to be addicted to those negative emotions. How do you feel about making the decision to break your addiction?
Yeah, I mean, it's not pretty when you sort of realize that you're putting yourself in a bit of a victim place. I didn't think I was doing that, but somewhere, yeah, interesting. And I know that I've flipped my mindset before, so I know I can do that. So it's really just realizing it's there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So one of the tools to do that is gratitude. But a lot of the times people take gratitude journals and they write like, I'm grateful for the sun shining today. I'm grateful for my
Yeah.
family. I'm grateful for this. All lovely things to be grateful for. You, my dear, your homework is to write a gratitude journal where the only person you can write grateful things about is yourself. Yes.
Ooh, that's hard.
She said, ooh.
I didn't know about that one. Something easier, please.
I tell all my coaching clients, I am not here for easy. I am not here for the easy questions, and I've never been easy. We're not
No, it's
doing
good. It's
easy
good.
things here. Shouldn't feel too
Yeah.
painful. I want you to be, wow, Lindsay, good job. You got up today. Well, Lindsay, great job. You said no to that client. I'm so grateful you did because that means that we don't have to deal with the crap that I know we were going to have to deal with if we had said yes to that client. Wow,
Oh,
Lindsay, thank you so much for following up on that invoice to make sure we got paid. Thank you. Thank you for taking such good care of me today, Lindsay. Thank you for eating healthy. Thank you for drinking your water. Thank you for going on that walk. Thank you for calling your kid, even though you're like, oh my gosh, I don't really feel like dealing with this right now. Thank you. Thank you,
thanks.
Lindsay. That's your job.
Okay.
Daily. Doesn't have to be 5 million things. Be one
Yeah.
thing a day.
Okay.
Gratitude. I don't know why I said it like that. Gratitude. Gratitude has a snowball effect on your life. Gratitude, especially when you're directing it in this direction, allows you to realize how far you've come, allows you to realize how capable you are, fills your energy back up so that the strength that you're pulling away into worry gets translated over to gratitude and starts to replenish and replace some of those batteries that are depleted. Gratitude also, in your particular situation, will demonstrate to you that you are trustworthy. Because
Mm,
yes, the world and other people have done you wrong, Lindsay. Absolutely. But the primary person that we're not trusting here, if we're honest, is ourselves, right?
right. No, totally. Other people can trust me. Yeah. It's
Oh
sort
yeah,
of
you're
that
completely
selfless
trustworthy.
thing.
I would trust you with anything. Like, oh yeah, no, Lindsay, trustworthy. You're in the trustworthy friend box. Yep, that's where you are.
Yeah,
But you need to put
interesting.
yourself in that box.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That's really spot on, Alea. That's like it's putting words into things that I've known are there for so long and I just didn't know how to access them. And so, yeah, I really appreciate seeing them in the action plan of writing a journal. It's not going to be an empty journal. I'm going to write in it and be grateful for something. I'll start small.
Start small. Smart. I mean, it can even be like, I am grateful that my eyeliner matches today on both eyes. Thank you,
There you
Lindsay, for your
go.
steady hand. Thank you. It's the little things. You don't have to start with thank you for changing the world today, Lindsay. No. Start
Right.
small. But those little
Mm,
things snowball into bigger things. And then you'll start to feel more gratitude for yourself, a little bit lighter. And then the goal is when you want to worry, you can say, well, I do feel worried about this lack situation. But you know what? I'm really grateful that I booked that client and I have money in my bank account. And you'll be
right.
able to do it in the moment, reframe in the moment using gratitude for yourself as a tool because you are a very strong and powerful woman and a powerful
Mm.
creator. You wouldn't be able to do what you do without being a powerful creator. Literally, your job is to create stuff.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. It sort of aligns with all the little things I've ever done about like my inner critic and stuff. And yeah, but I love that concept too that you told me about where there are certain things that I can access or work on that will have a huge impact on all the other things. I think that's really compelling.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it's true. And it's something, this is also a little bit like self help right now because I'm also like, what is the one? I'm reading the one thing by Gary Keller. And I'm like, what is the
Nice.
one thing I can do? What is the one? Because there's 5 million things you can do. Your scan has many, 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 many screens on it. And we could
Right.
target just one. We could target them all. But let's target the thing that will give you the biggest bang for your buck. And in general, when you're doing self help work, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So
Right.
don't
Yeah.
overwhelm yourself. Do the one thing. And then in that journal how you begin to feel. Are you feeling better? Are you feeling more trusting? Are you feeling less worried? When you wake up, are you feeling less tired? Are you able to process through the night the emotions and do the healing work that you should be able to do in the nighttime? Those are all signs
Mm.
that you're heading in the right direction, kid. Do
You make
you
me think
have
about like benchmarking it, right?
yes,
So,
yes,
having somewhere that I can start and look back to as well. Very interesting.
absolutely. Do you have
Mm.
any comments, questions, concerns about what we've talked about so far today?
No, actually, I feel like it's really uncanny, like I said before, because I just scribbled down before hopping on a call with you. I kind of scribbled down, like, what is the one thing? And I feel like you nailed it. Um, and I also feel like I can move forward with it. It makes sense to me. Um, the gratitude thing, I've tried to practice that with my kids for years. I know it's really important, but you're right. I've always been thanking for, blue skies and people being on time. And I kind of haven't put myself into, I've tried to do self-care and, movement and all those things, but I've never really put myself into valuing myself, even though that sounds weird. On the outside, I do all the things, but somewhere inside, I'm not actually focusing on my value. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Interesting.
It's very
Mhm.
easy to do performative self-care.
Right.
You take the bubble baths, you do the face masks, you do the nails, the mani, the pedi, you do all of the things, and it's all performative. And it's, I
Right.
mean, keep doing it. Like I'm at the nail shop every 3 weeks for sure. But it's the actual inside work that needs to happen. And it's the stuff that doesn't feel good. So we're like, I can't be self-care. That's absolutely the opposite of what I would like to do. And that's kind of like, eating your vegetables. You're like, that can't possibly be what's the good decision. I hate broccoli, right? Like as kids, you're like, that can't be. Tastes so much better. So why is cake not the thing that we're doing here, Mom?
Yes.
Right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the energetic version of eating your vegetables.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, I wouldn't have known where to start, to be really honest. I was thinking about, maybe I need to get a voice trainer to get my voice to come out, to be okay with stepping into that bigger self I want to become or that I am becoming, but owning it more. Like a lot of it's just sort of, I know there's way more. Yeah, so thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for letting us dive in. And I know that there's a lot of women and men that feel very similarly to you. I have them as clients, and I know that they're out there as listeners. And so you have helped many people. So thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us today, Lindsay.
I love that. Thank you.
This episode is brought to you by Bioenergetic Business Coaching by Flourish Marketing. Do you wake up feeling tired? You can't build your empire if you're cranky and exhausted. If you're fed up with fighting a losing battle against the burnout monster, it's time to fix the root causes of your issues and get aligned. Turn up the wattage on your glow and cash flow with effective business strategies. Bioenergetic Business Coaching is for growth-getting entrepreneurs who know they need to make a change to see better results and reach their goals. If you want to unblock your energy and unleash abundance, head to www.flourishmarketing.co/coaching to become a client. Now's your chance to step into the role of CEO, Chief Energy Officer, and flourish in business and life. Go to www.flourishmarketing.co/coaching to get started.
Wow. The attitude of gratitude. Yes, it's cliche, but it's so powerful. Do not deny the power of gratitude in your life. Also, do not deny that you are amazing. Who you are is not something that should be shirked away from. I hope that you use this episode and all of the lessons and the coaching with Lindsay to encourage yourself to show up as the brightest, beautifulest, most vibrant version of you, letting your light shine and fill up the whole room. If you need help figuring out how to recalibrate your energy to get that wattage up so you can increase your glow and your cash flow, make sure you go to flourishmarketing.co/recalibrate to download our recalibration guide. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you here next Wednesday for another lovely session of the Flourishing Entrepreneur Podcast. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Flourishing Entrepreneur Podcast with Alea Harris. Dive into the show notes at www.flourishmarketing.co/podcast and connect with Alea at Flourishing Entrepreneur on Instagram. Vibing with what you hear? Leave a 5-star review to spread the love and be sure to click subscribe. From the entire Flourish Marketing team, we wish you love, light, and abundance. See you next time.